Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Zari and you guys are watching Finance Square. In today's video, I needed to do this video. I'm sick and tired of watching all these celebrities that are literally writing a sentence and hashtag and literally promoting or giving exposure to some cryptocurrency they didn't hear about, maybe they only heard about 2 days ago, 5 days ago. Now I'm doing this video, guys, to give you a better understanding and clarity what are those cryptocurrencies. For this specific segment, I'm going to be covering for you guys Ethereum Classic, Cardano and Tron. So again, I'm only going to be going over their website, their partnership, their volume, their decentralized application if they have one, and also to give you my perspective as to why they're valued the way they're valued and what is the potential. So I'm going to be ranking the most likely cryptocurrency to succeed and the less likely to succeed. So stay tuned and watch this segment. So for this specific segment, we're going to be going over the website, talking about what this blockchain do. We're also going to be reviewing the CEO, if there's a CEO, and go over their website to understand their partnership, what they're trying to solve, if there is any decentralized application built on top of it, the volume, and then basically I'm going to try to give you my perspective as to why they're successful or why they're priced this way, and if there is any chance for it to continue. So we're going to go now straight away and go over the website. So this is the website. So they have this section for developer, individual and enterprise. So first, let's try to define what is Cardano or ADA. So Cardano is a proof-of-stake blockchain platform. For those who don't understand, there's proof of work, where you have to use electricity and mining equipment for the purpose of validating the transaction. And proof-of-stake is a more energy efficient, where you're able to confirm the transaction by staking or by putting your cryptocurrency at a specific address at a specific server. So it's literally much more faster to a certain extent, and also much more cheaper. So this is more a greener way to validate the transaction. It's the first to be funded on peer-reviewed research and developed through evidence-based method. It's combined pioneering technology to provide unparalleled security and sustainability to the centralized application system and society. This is maybe what they're trying to achieve. So if I were to try to simplify this, I would say that they're trying to create a software or infrastructure where anyone can build their own software or application without being interrupted, without being limited. So let's say trying to build the Microsoft or the Play Store or the App Store without having any limitation, any censorship. So this is the idea. All right, so this is what they're trying to do. So they only last year they moved to the proof of stakes. Before that, they were not on proof of stake, they're proof of work. One of the reasons why a lot of people are moving to proof of stake, because by staking, you're enabling people to earn more reward and is accessible to everyone. Now, it's not an easy process of doing proof of work. You have to have the equipment, you have to have the right technician to install it for you, you have to have a specific room temperature. There's a lot of things involved into it, but by moving to proof of stake, you are giving people an incentive to on board to this blockchain, and obviously help the community, help validate the transaction, also getting additional token for this reward. So this is also another reason why they moved, because it was a very strong trend to move from proof of work to proof of stake, and obviously there was a lot of conversation about Ethereum trying to do it, which they eventually did. So in order to be competitive, the founder decided to move to this range, to this direction, which worked for him. So now let's try to understand who is the founder. So the founder of Cardano is Charles Hoskinson. So for those that don't know, he had some his early career started with BitShare and Ethereum. Now most people invested their money because he was one of the key players of Ethereum, and he wanted to create a better Ethereum, where he said that he felt that Ethereum cannot fulfill what they're trying to achieve, and their infrastructure and the smart contract that they use is not suitable for scaling an enterprise. So the whole concept of him was to try to create a better Ethereum with much more feature and less limitation. And one of the good things about him is actually quite active on the social media. So I remember seeing a lot of his coverage on YouTube between 2018 2019, and I haven't really been following so much. So this is just for you guys to have an understanding about who this person is. Again, this is something to obviously for you guys to do some further analysis, some further research, maybe to watch some of his videos to understand if you really believe what he's trying to achieve. So that will help you probably as well. Now, another thing that I also like to review is to check what are the major partnerships. So Cardano has partnership and collaboration. So they have a development collaboration and contributor, which is IOHQ, Emurgo, and the Cardano Foundation. And they have the Cardano partnerships. So you can see they have IBM Research, PwC, New Balance, Siri Labs, Confido, Algos, MetaPlus. You have really a small list. I even remember this Ethiopian government, partnership that they released in 2018 that really created a big wave. But again, this is nothing major in my perspective. For some people, they might think it's a really major partnership. One of the things that people don't understand, just because they have a partnership, it doesn't mean it's a real partnership. Yes, it's a partnership. The question is, what do they gain in exchange? For me to have IBM Research or PwC, what did I exchange? Is it a service? Did I say, you know what, if you do a partnership with PwC, which is an audit firm, I'll give you an X amount of Cardano, and you'll be my legal auditor partner. So there's a lot of requirement in understand what does this partnership mean. Is it a real partnership? Is it a paid partnership just to have the brand associated with a cryptocurrency? This is something obviously for you guys to take in and also to understand. Now, another thing that I actually want to highlight is the following. Cardano is the best from the three projects I'm going to be covering. So I'm covering today Cardano, Tron, and Ethereum Classic. So Cardano is the best token that generated the most money for your dollar. So they raised from what I can see here, token sale ended on the 31st of December 2016. So since 31st of December, if you deposited or participated the ICO in dollars, you have over 366 return. If you have invested in Ethereum, you only almost double your Ethereum unit. If you invested in Bitcoin at a time, you only made 7 times. So again, from what I can see, always investing in an ICO or in a project, it's always best to invest in dollars and not in cryptocurrency. But at the time, it wasn't so common to be able to deposit in fiat currencies, so dollars, euro, and all this national currency. Now, when I look at the enterprise, so basically they're trying to attract specific enterprise industries. So they have a section for education, retail, agriculture, government, finance, and healthcare. So obviously you can read more about it, okay, here. So they have different products for different sector. So you can see here. So for retail, they have Atlascan. For agriculture, they have Atela Trace. For government, they have Atela Prize, and then you have the finance, so basically to do with KYC and NML, Atela Prize, IOHQ, healthcare. So they really try to create different products for different industry in the enterprise sector. Again, I haven't heard so many industry or enterprise that are publicly announcing it, so it's a bit tricky, but it's a nice try for them. Now I actually wanted to understand if there is any decentralized application that's being built on top of it, and I went to this page called dApp.review and actually tried to search to see if there's anything that was built on Cardano. As I can see, there was nothing I was able to find, so it's not so good. So maybe I'll try to write ADA. So again, this is not really a blockchain, just showing me anyone that's actually offering other token. So then I went here. So this is another website called dApp.com, and I went to the whole decentralized application blockchain. So you have Ethereum, Tron, EOS. You can see here, I cannot see Cardano. So from what I can see here, there's no, at the moment, decentralized applications that are built on top of Cardano. Alright, just remember that. Now, another thing you should obviously know, there's currently, based on CoinRacking, there's currently 86 exchanges that are offering Cardano, which has the latest $5.94 billion of trading volume. This is again spot trading. It doesn't take into account future option and leverage trading. Obviously you have also the traditional trading platform or CFD. So again, it doesn't take that into consideration, but let's take this as a fact. This is the only volume that we have. It's 5.94 and 86 exchanges. Okay, this is my review of Cardano. I'm gonna now go over Tron. So first of all, you have Tron. So from their website, let's go here. So they are trying to decentralize the web. That's the whole concept. And again, I classify them as a platform trying to decentralize the platform or software. In this case, they're aiming to decentralize the web. Here you can have a nice overview. So they are boosting over 22 million accounts and 1.5 billion transactions. Tron is the world's fastest growing public chain. Okay, so if you look here, this is actually straight to your face. They have like in the last 24 hours, $30 million in decentralized applications. So just for you guys to understand, if you have to visualize, Tron is like Play Store or App Store, and the decentralized application just like application built on top of those marketplace. So from what I can see here, so they are saying in the last 24 hours there was $13 million volume or transaction worth that took place in their ecosystem. And they look at the last 24 hours, there was 202 transactions within their ecosystem. There's in the last 24 hours 43,000 or 44,000 active users. So unique people actually logged in and used those applications. And from what they can say here, they said there's over 1.6 thousand decentralized applications. It's a very, very high number. It's quite impressive. All right, so now obviously you have, I'm actually gonna go over the decentralized application, but just for you guys to give us some background about the CEO. So the CEO name is Justin Sun. He was born in 1990. He's the founder of Tron. Basically also acquired BitTorrent in 2018. For those who don't know, BitTorrent is a peer-to-peer file sharing platform. At the time, it really made a lot of news, and the BitTorrent also have their own token called BTT. So again, it really, if I have to give this guy credit, in my opinion, this guy is probably one of the most amazing marketer for the blockchain industry. He knows how to market himself, he knows how to associate himself with the right project at the right time. Alright, so from what I remember, like initially when Tron was in the early stage, the way they presented Tron as someone that used to, that was shadowed by Jack Ma, by the Alibaba founder, and really they really hype him quite well. And also if you look on this website, see about, so here you can see here they say about him that he was a former chief representative for Greater China of Ripple. So again, he was out there hustling and pushing the Ripple adoption in China, which obviously worked for him and worked for Ripple, and he really got Ripple known in China at the time. I also see him being featured on many different media, and also having this American degree, so Perk University and also master degree from Pennsylvania. Now I also want to highlight that at the time, talking about maybe 2018, he was spotted maybe saying a joke. He was seemed to be intoxicated, where he was talking about the Tron blockchain is a shit blockchain. It's pointless. That's what he said, and he did make a lot of scandal. Again, he might have been drunk, he might have just made a joke, but that's what something was put out there. Obviously, it's not good to hear from the founder of the project saying that their blockchain is shit. So you try to imagine now if Elon Musk will wake up tomorrow and tweet, Tesla is shit, it's worth nothing. Obviously, it's gonna make me feel a certain way. Does he know something I don't know? So that it did create some negative momentum at the time. Alright, so let's go now over their ICO. So the ICO they raised ended in September 2017. They raised $17 million, and if you have invested in dollars, you made 28%. If you have invested in it via Ethereum, you made 6 times. If you have invested in Bitcoin, almost 3 times. But this is for you guys to have an understanding. And again, we have here like a nice explanation. Tron blockchain based is open source protocol for the global digital entertainment industry. Tron supports various kind of blockchain network and smart contract system, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, EOS, Quantum, and other public smart contracts. Provide developable multiple protocol infrastructure for entertainment app development and allow users to enjoy smooth multi-protocol smart network. So this is what it's written here. I also want to highlight the following. So here you have a nice overview of all their DApp platforms that are built on Tron. So you can literally click here to see which one is the number one. So from what I can see here, you have Zephyr Exchange, which has over 100,000 users in the last 24 hours. Obviously, it's an exchange. And then you have Tron Stake, which makes sense for staking Tron. I also forgot to mention that Tron also offers staking. So the same model that Cardano has, they also are enabling users to, whoever actually want to contribute to the validation of the transaction, they're able to lock a specific amount of their token in a specific infrastructure. It might be a wallet, it might be an exchange. For that, they are rewarded with an X amount of their token. So it might be 2%, it might be 5%. This is another way to get people to buy the token, hold it, and obviously, so it's another way for them to be getting incentive to use this token. But this is what's happening right now. You can also see the transaction, over 384 transactions. So it's a very nice overview. It's really a bit more reassuring compared to Cardano. Alright, so another thing you should obviously know, it's about the Tron Sun network. So it's a dApp chain sidechain of Tron. dApp chain is Tron sidechain product that goes to help these dApps to operate on Tron with lower energy consumption and faster speed and enhanced safety, providing unlimited capacity of Tron and network. Now, this model reminds me of a few other blockchain that are doing something similar. So the idea is that you have Tron as the base, as the hub, and then basically the more project on board, you create like mini hub to ensure efficiency, to ensure faster transaction, and also to reduce the cost. So this is basically the idea, which makes sense just from the concept of it. Again, I'm not looking from a technical perspective. I think it makes sense. I've seen it on many different projects, similar drawing, similar concept. Now, another thing is, again, I'm going here on this following website, CoinRankings, to understand what is the volume in the last 24 hours. So there's 146 exchanges that are trading or offering Tron, and we're looking at the last 24 hours over $3.1 billion. That is a very high number. Okay, so don't worry guys, toward the end I'm going to be ranking and explain to you guys why I feel that a specific coin will be more likely to value higher. So for the last coin we're going to be covering is Ethereum Classic or ETC. So I want to just give you maybe some more background regarding Ethereum Classic. So Ethereum Classic, or the original Ethereum, was created by Vitalik Buterin, which is the co-founder in a way of Ethereum Classic and also of Ethereum. Now Ethereum, the reason why we have Ethereum and Ethereum Classic, because there was a hack, and basically there was also a bug in regards to there was a large amount of Ethereum that got stolen or got hacked. I'm not very sure about the detail, that required to make a vote to make a change. Now there was two camps. The camp that said the code is the code, where basically we're not allowed to reverse the transaction, we're not allowed to change the fundamental of the blockchain. And then there was the side of Vitalik, where it said because it was such a big amount of money, he wanted to reimburse and give the user back what was locked or what was stolen. So therefore he created a fork of Ethereum Classic, which generated Ethereum. And basically whoever had before the incident Ethereum Classic, which was the original Ethereum, got the new token. So this is the story behind Ethereum Classic. Now this is the website. It doesn't really say much, if I'm being honest. Ethereum Classic provides a permissionless way to manage digital assets without the need for intermediaries such as banks and other institutions. Ethereum Classic allows unsearchable smart contracts to be written and deployed and executed. ETC enables truly unstoppable programmable money. Ethereum Classic is a continuation of the unaltered history of original Ethereum chain. So this is basically what I tried to do. So again, this is why I put it in the same category as Cardano and Tron. They are decentralized. I wouldn't say there are. Yes, I would say they are decentralized computing platform, or they created infrastructure to enable anyone to deploy any smart contract on their infrastructure and they won't be censored or interrupted. This is the whole idea. So again, I'm assuming that you guys know that not every application can be deployed on App Store and on Play Store. There's certain guidelines, certain requirements. So having the infrastructure to be whatever you want and not be restricted, it's amazing. Now you might ask yourself, who wants to create something that is not accepted in Play Store and in the App Store, and then create an Ethereum? Again, there might be different reasons, different requirements. So this is something for you guys to understand. Regarding to the partnership, Ethereum Classic is not so strong about it. Ethereum Classic, from my perspective, is literally 99% of the team is literally developer. People are trying to improve it and fix it and make some suggestion. I don't sense they have a team of marketing or business people to try to onboard more and more people. Okay, this is from what I saw. Then you have this section about the news. Again, it doesn't give you so much information. It's a very generic. Again, the focus is not to try to lure you in. The focus is for them to focus on building better infrastructure. Now, one of the key things that Ethereum Classic has and Cardano and Tron don't have is that they are listed on Grayscale. So Grayscale has invested or have asset under management over $143 million. So basically $144 million of people money that have invested in buying Ethereum Classic. So one of the ways that actually Grayscale contribute to Ethereum Classic is they are allocating 1% of the contribution to Ethereum Classic. So 1% of $144 million asset under management, we're looking at $1.4 million, which is amazing. Okay, and then there's obviously you have 3% included development contribution. So from what I can see, they take 1% per year, and then there is like the total annual fee. They take 2% for managing this, and they allocate 1% for Ethereum Classic, which give Ethereum Classic some more money to obviously to better build infrastructure. Now, in regards to understanding how much liquidity there is in Ethereum Classic, there's actually quite a lot. There's 140 exchanges, and the volume is 1.72. Now, if I'm not mistaken, it's less than, it's the lowest from the other coins. When we look at the Cardano or we look at Tron, again, Ethereum Classic was the first compared to Cardano and Tron, but again, it has way less volume compared to the other cryptocurrency. And there was no information in regards to what apps or what decentralized app were built on Ethereum Classic. Again, Ethereum Classic is not doing any marketing, it's just focusing on doing their own thing. Sometimes I don't understand what they're trying to do, but guys know what. Now, so the way I like to score a project is as following. I look at the website, I look at the partnership, I look at what they try to achieve, right? So I'm gonna rank as follows. So for my number one pick, just from partnership perspective and decentralized perspective and volume perspective, it's actually very tricky. It's really tricky. It's between Cardano and Tron. Now, I feel more comfortable with Cardano because Cardano has been a better investment since they did their ICO. So again, remind you guys, they generated over 300 times gain of whoever invested in dollars in their ICO. They don't have decentralized application. They have a lot of volume. They did some strategic partnership. And then you have Tron that have a lot of decentralized application built on top of it. They have also, I forgot to mention, they also have stablecoin built on top of the Tron blockchain. I'm talking about Tether, for example. And obviously they have staking. So it's actually very tricky. And if I want to be on the safe side, I'll probably put Tron and Cardano as the best bet from those three. It's very tricky. It's 50-50 because Tron has decentralized application, have a lot, over 1.9 thousand decentralized applications. Cardano has nothing. Cardano know well how to position himself and how to strategically partner himself with the right partner. The same can be said with Tron, with a partnership with Samsung, and have the decentralized application on Samsung application store. So again, this is really tricky. This is, I think, one of the first time where I'm not able to give you number one is Cardano, number two is Tron. For this, if I have to make a decision, I'm going to be making Cardano, and then the next one will be Tron, and the last one will be Ethereum Classic, just because Grayscale has a fund allocated for Ethereum Classic, and that's really an amazing thing. And also Ethereum Classic is listed in almost any possible exchange or platform, which is a lot compared to maybe Cardano, or maybe I think now Cardano and Tron literally are catching up. I'm talking about traditional platforms, so we're talking about broker, not exchanges. So I think this is something for you guys to consider. So to summarize, my perspective, Cardano, because Cardano has been the best investment in dollar value, and they don't have any decentralized application like Tron. Tron know how to do a lot of partnerships, so Tron will be number two. And the last one, if you have to choose, it will be Ethereum Classic. Again, the motto is code is the law. Meaning, if there's going to be any issue, if there's going to be now a bug in their blockchain, there's $10 billion that are stuck or blocked, they're not going to create a fork. There might be another moment they're going to create a fork on top of Ethereum Classic, but the original team behind Ethereum Classic will not do this effort. So take that into consideration. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. Until next time, bye bye.